Hello and welcome to the Duke's Handbook Weekly Am I the Asshole episode, where I just read stuff out and tell people whether or not they're being an asshole or not. So hopefully you enjoy, and let's go ahead and get on with the episode. Oh my god, you're such an asshole. All right, this one is called Am I the Asshole for Being Embarrassed of My Girlfriend's Cosplay? I don't know. Let's get into it. You might be. You might be a total fucking cunt. So, my 25 male girlfriend, 24. I'm assuming female. You didn't throw an F after that. So maybe trans female. Had a double mastectomy 5 years ago. She had breast cancer and thankfully made a full recovery. Oh, so it is female. Okay. Unlike a lot of women, she didn't have any reconstructive surgery. This was before I met her. I'm a big anime nerd, and last weekend I invited her to a small anime con with me. She's seen a few episodes of my favorite shows, but she's not into anime. She does like cosplay, though, and she works seasonally as an SFX artist at a haunted house near a special effects artist. I thought that was going to be like sound effects at a haunted house near us. So when I asked her to go to the con with me, she asked if she could cosplay. And I said, sure. She got very excited and said I was going to love her costume. So I'll admit it. I thought she was going to do something sexy for me. You're going to a cosplay, you dumbass. What do you think she's going to dress in lingerie and fucking do herself up like a cat? You're going out in public, bro. Fuck. Right away, asshole. You're a dick. Dumbass. Fucking what? Well, not exactly the day of the convention comes, and she showed up at my house cosplaying Dabby from MHA, specifically a look he has later on in the Magna. I don't even know what that is, but somebody will. It's a long white coat over white pants, no shirt. Her entire chest was exposed, and she'd obviously spent hours applying burn makeup. She has short hair that she dyes constantly. This time, she bleached it white and dyed a few red streaks. Okay. I wasn't expecting her to show up without a shirt. Her burn scar, makeup only covered half of her chest, so you could clearly see her mastectomy scar. So what? It just kind of adds to it, dude. Stop being a dick. It wasn't a very attractive costume, especially since she'd gone all out with the scars and made them look raised and kind of realistic. We went to the con, and while a lot of people came up to take photos with her, I noticed several others looking at her chest that evening. She said I'd been quiet all day, and I honestly told her I was a little embarrassed that she was flaunting her mastectomy scar like that. She got mad and said she was making the best of her situation and said I was being insensitive, and she's been distant ever since. I'm starting to feel guilty. Am I the asshole? Yes, the fuck you are. Because you just made your girlfriend, who survived breast cancer and has mastectomy scars, feel embarrassed for having mastectomy scars that she just got comfortable with and showed them, and then you fucking said what you did. You're a fucking cunt. I'm not even going to call you my guy because you're that big of a cunt. I just cannot fucking believe you, dude. The fucking gall, bro. Fucking asshole, dude. For real. 100%. Add more. No, you're not even an asshole. You're just a straight up cunt, bro. I feel bad for your girl because you did that and you said that and everything like that. You know how much it took for her to have the confidence to come over there and display those mastectomy scars that she's probably already 100% insecure about? Fuck you, man. Jesus Christ. I had a Hey, if you're listening or you're watching on YouTube, do me a huge favor. Subscribe, like, comment, share, whatever. It'd be absolutely fantastic to see who's coming and going and who's watching and who's, doing their thing. So anyway, we'd love it if you just hit the subscribe and click that little notification bell. Oh my God, I had to go outside to smoke a cigarette. That last one just got me so freaking heated. Just like Rodney Dangerfield level of like no respect, Like, God, what a dick. Anyway, moving on. This one is called, Am I the Asshole for Telling Off My Mother-in-Law for Insisting My Daughter Doesn't Have a, quote, real vagina? My 4.5-year-old daughter has a stomach bug and has been having some diarrhea. My wife needed to take our son to an appointment, and I needed to work from home today. So my mother-in-law came to watch after our daughter. My daughter needed to use the bathroom, and I was going to excuse myself from my online meeting, but my mother-in-law said she had it. A bit later, my daughter came up to me and asked me to wipe her. I said to her, "Didn't Grandma help you?" She said she knows how to wipe, but with her having diarrhea, we're helping her. She said yes, but Grandma wiped her wrong. She said Grandma wiped in instead of out. We've taught her to wipe out instead of in. I excused myself from my meeting to help wipe my daughter correctly. I went to find my mother-in-law in the kitchen. I asked her, "Daughter says you wiped in instead of out." She said, "I wiped her. You think there's a better way?" I told her it's not healthy to wipe into the V. We're going to use that. You need to wipe out. She said, She said, "And you have a V." I said, "No, but I have a daughter, and I won't let her get an infection by wiping poo into her V." She said, "Daughter doesn't have a real V yet. There's no chance of infecting anything." I said, "What?" "Of course she has a real V. She's a female." She said, "Girls don't have real Vs until they're teenagers, and that there's no chance of any infection because their V doesn't actually develop until they're a teenager." I was dumbfounded, and I got angry. I said to her, "You're a woman. You raised 3 daughters. I'm married to one. You can't possibly be this stupid." She told me I'm out of line and said I can't appreciate her help, then she's leaving. If I can't appreciate her help, then she's leaving. I told her I'm perfectly, in fact, definitely more capable than her of caring for my daughter, and that she's welcome to get out. She did leave, and about 10 minutes later, my wife called and said her mom was furious with me and said I was terrible to her and made her leave without any reason. After explaining, my wife is on my side. Am I the asshole for defending my daughter's, quote, real V? No. Nah. I'm actually kind of shocked that mother-in-law / grandma who raised 3 daughters tends to teach her daughters later on in life of how to properly wipe. Like, I'm not even a woman, and I freaking know that. Raised by women, but I'm not even a woman, and I know that. Like, you don't do that. That's the even as a man, nobody wipes in. The fuck? Especially from the butt. Who the fuck's wiping in? That's the weirdest shit. Bet you grandma's pussy smells like shit. Anyway, no, you're not the asshole. This one's called Am I the Asshole for Telling My Mom I Don't Want to Be Like Her when she told me I was denying my children a mother? Oh, this one sounds, what do you call, spicy. Let's find out what's going on. I, 28 male, lost my wife, Willow, 4 years ago. That's a beautiful name. Willow and I have 2 children together who are 7 and 5 now. Losing Willow was so hard for more than one reason. My kids lost their mom while they were still so young, and I know what it's like to lose a parent when you are small. I lost my dad when I was 5. I also lost a lot of my memories of him because I suffered a TBI in the same accident my dad died in. My mom remained within 18 months of dad dying. Within 18 months of dad dying. First of all, my condolences to your father and to you for your wife and to your family for your wife passing away. I just want to make that absolutely clear. I'm not reading this heartless. This touches me, okay? So I feel bad for you guys, and just my condolences to you, and I hope everything is going well. My mom remarried within 18 months of dad dying. She always talked about how I needed a dad and how it was the best thing for us to have someone come in while I was still young enough to accept a new dad and not a stepdad. For her, that still holds true, even though to me, he is my stepdad and never my dad. I have not considered dating at all since Willow. I have focused on grieving my wife, healing, helping my children heal, making sure they have a good childhood, and enjoying our life that we have now, as much as it still still painful at times. Totally understandable. You need to heal after that, dude. You gotta heal after that. Nothing will come from not healing yourself and your children. So good on you. My mom brought up before how my children need a mother. I said one time that I was not interested in remarrying and have ignored comments like that since she continued on with my life. This was possible until my mom sat me down and told me that my kids deserve a mother and to think about how she made the decision to give me a father again, and that it was the best decision that she could have made for me. And I should make that decision for my children. I told her we were different people. She told me that she did what she needed to do for my best interest and that I should consider that because my kids are going to get to an age where anyone I meet will be kept as stepmom and not mom. I said, so like my stepdad? She told me I was being petty, calling him that. She then started her spiel again about my depriving my children of a mom. I snapped when she would not drop it. And I told her I don't want to be like her. I told her I don't want to replace Willow, that my kids have me. They have grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins. They have friends. They have so many people in their lives that they are not suffering terribly because I do not want to remarry. I told her she made what she thought was the right decision, but she never once asked me if I thought it was the right one, and that putting words into my mouth is not going to encourage me to be more like her. My mom left angry, frustrated, and possibly even hurt. She told me I was not being a good father. Am I the asshole for what I said to my mom? No, you set boundaries. That's what you did. You set a hard boundary. She got pissed off about it. That's her problem. You don't want to remarry yet? That's fine. Eventually, I'm sure, down the line, whatever, you're going to end up meeting a woman that, loves you and your kids. So Your mom just jumped into something and she's probably mad that you just pointed out, like, yeah, well, you fucking jumped into it. I'm not doing that. You know what I mean? So I don't think you're the asshole, to be honest with you. I'd probably do the same thing. At I don't know, I'm 34 years old, so, and I don't have kids. But honestly, I'd probably do the same thing and just like never remarry and just fucking my kids would be my world. And that's all you need, really, right? So, no, not the asshole for sure. Hey, if you've made it this far and you're on whatever you're listening to, whether it's Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, whatever it is, go ahead and give it a like, a follow, comment, share it with your friends if you've liked it this far. And we will keep on keeping on, I guess, as we move forward with the episode. Thank you for watching, listening, whatever you're doing, having me on in the background. Doesn't matter. Really appreciate it. This one has been bequeathed. Am I the asshole for always being overdressed and making my wife look, quote, bad because she doesn't dress up? I work in a corporate setting which requires me to always be in a formal apparel. Can't believe I fucked that up. I've gotten used to wearing formal clothing to the point that I pretty much prefer to wear it most of the time. Whether I'm picking up my kids from practice, visiting family, or going shopping, etc., except for when I go to the gym. I wear tailored pants with a button-up of some sorts. I know that I'm overdressed most of the time, but I just enjoy being dressed well, and it has become my style. My wife, on the other hand, is completely opposite of me. She likes wearing casual and comfortable clothes like sweatpants and hoodies, which is completely fine. But my wife says that when we go out together, that I make her look like a slob because I'm overdressed, making her look like she doesn't take care of herself. We visited my in-laws a couple days ago. I was wearing my usual style of clothing while my wife was just wearing a hoodie and some sweatpants. My wife's mother made a joke about me looking nice in my clothes and then jokingly said that people would never assume that my wife and I are married and that I should encourage her to not dress like a slob. I just laughed it off and told her that my wife just likes being comfortable. This didn't go over well at all, of course, with my wife, and told me when we got back home that I should stop dressing like a pretentious person and wear normal clothing like everybody else and stop making her look bad. I told her that nobody cares what she wears and that I don't tell her how to dress, so she can't tell me how to dress. This turned into a petty argument that shouldn't have even taken place at all. Am I the asshole? No. Everybody has their own, like, standard in which they want to dress. Or, I mean, like in this case, you work in a corporate setting, so you're just used to wearing nicer clothes or whatever. It's not on you that she is now insecure about that. And I want to be honest with you. Maybe, just maybe, she could start dressing nicer if she has such a problem with it. You know, maybe get a pencil skirt and some nice comfortable shoes that kind of go with it. I'm not saying she has to wear heels and shit, but if she's going to have such a problem with it, then she either needs to step up to your par or not have a problem with it instead of asking you to step down from what you're comfortable in. However, I will say, loosen the fuck up, dude. Throw some jeans on or shorts, you know, and a fucking t-shirt at times. You know, you don't have to be even dressed casual all the time. Unless you're like going home from work to pick your kid up from practice and then going home after that, different story. But I mean, like going to the grocery store or whatever like that, just you don't have to like dress down completely. I mean, you can go get some of those nice little khaki shorts, you know what I'm saying? Some comfortable little not dress shoes, but you know, boating shoes or something like that if that's your style. and a polo or something like that. But dress down a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Not saying dress down completely, but dress down a little bit. Like, make your wife feel a little bit more comfortable in your presence. Other than that, no, I don't think you're the asshole for wanting to dress like you are, but I do think you're kind of an asshole for, I don't know, you guys even getting into an argument about it in the first place. Maybe you should have told your mom or whoever said that comment to your wife, just, leave it alone. She doesn't like dressing up. It is what it is, So, anyway, that's how that is. I don't really think you're the asshole. I also kind of think you're a little bit of an asshole, but you're not. It's a weird gray area, but more on the no, not really. So, be cool, dude. That'll do it for this episode. If you haven't yet, go check out the advice episodes and keep an eye out for the Eagle on the Roo podcast, which is coming out shortly. We're working on the logos now and everything like that, just so we can get shit ready. I'm doing a little bit of editing here and there because it is a fuck ton of footage to go through. And thank you for being here and listening to this episode. I appreciate all of you. Yeah, have a good rest of your day, motherfucker.